All right. Hi, Paul Slack. It's Good News Planet. National Children's Day. They deserve the best. I'll agree with you. www.connectall.online. Gwendolyn Downing. That's Gwendolyn. Hey, Gwendolyn, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I hope that sure recorded at the beginning there. Well, if it didn't, I'm going to say it again. You know what? In advertising, it never hurts to say something. They say people don't even remember it for 3 times. I'm good for about 6 to 10 times before I remember something. National Children's Day, they deserve our best. www.connectall.online, Gwendolyn Downing. And this is Gwendolyn Downing. That's what I said. All right, Gwendolyn, now that I've tortured you, no, tell me what's going on.
So, National Children's Day is actually Sunday, June 12th. And but Sunday can be a very challenging day for people to interact. So we are doing the event on Friday, June 10th, kind of as a kickoff, like getting you prepared for that. And it was just kind of a natural day to bring people together and highlight how children deserve our best, and that it's not just a one day thing, but it's every day of the year.
I'm on that page. I love that. I love children. In fact, when I go to parties, I hang out with the kids. And I'm a grandpa. So, and my granddaughter just got bat mitzvah this weekend. We had big family, and children of, that's a saying that children are our future, right? And though I think sometimes we overuse that, I think we even abuse it because we are our future. It sort of like takes the responsibility away from us and puts it on with the children. We need to work with the children. I think that's an important thing. You can't, if you're an adult, I'm giving 2 cents because it's a passionate subject for me as a grandpa. You need to give guidance. I mean, if I didn't get some guidance from my wonderful parents and grandparents and family and friends, right? I mean, tell me about your organization and what you guys are doing.
So Connect All is a global initiative for all life to have the most safety and hopeful possibilities. And part of that is I put together a curriculum, and it includes a framework called 5 Through the Filter. And it's a really pragmatic self-care framework that helps us not just focus on what we think of as typical self-care, like how we take care of ourselves mentally and physically, but then how we address all of our issues, from the environment to child abuse to the bigger questions, but in a simple way that we can all do every day. And, one of the things I bring up with environment is that's a form of child maltreatment. And there's so many things we look at that if we really are worried about children, that we have to redefine as a responsibility. Kind of like you said, it's not on the children, it's on us. Okay. And so my organization is an initiative of We the World. It's a fiscal sponsorship of We the World. Sometimes I need to slow my brain down and get my words correct. And so do a lot of trainings and developing materials, and trying to get where we have like children's books and adolescent books, because the model is replicable across age and culture and functionality.
All right, so first of all, give me a little background on you.
So my background is sorry, I wasn't prepared for that question, so let me get my thoughts straight.
Well, I could take it back if you don't want to.
No, that's okay. So my background is actually in behavioral health. And for people who don't know what that means, is what normally when people talk about mental health, substance abuse services, we collectively call that behavioral health. And I'm a licensed professional counselor, but direct services isn't my forte. I focused on more systems change, training, curriculum development, administrative pieces. And my background ended up being in trauma-informed services. So everything from child abuse to natural disasters, and across the life spectrum from birth to death, like any type of trauma someone could go through. And so that's kind of my professional background. And then what led to connectall is a little different, even though that played a part in it, obviously. So to give a little bit of information about me is I'm neuroatypical. And even in my profession and being surrounded by the people I was surrounded by, I didn't know how much that impacted my life until recently.
Stop for 1 second if you don't mind.
Yes.
Okay. What did you say? You're what?
Oh, I cope with being neuroatypical.
What is
So,
that? Neuro?
um, it's a term used for different people use it for if your brain works differently than quote the normal person. Um, so you'll hear it in like some individuals with autism spectrum disorder may use that term. Um, different individuals,
Neurological, neurology,
right?
typical. I'm
Yeah.
abnormal. Abnormal. Okay, so I apologize. I like to know if I don't know something, I ask.
Oh, absolutely.
If
No.
I
And
don't ask, guess what? The audience doesn't know, or maybe 50% or maybe 99% know, and I don't know.
right.
But the point is, whoever didn't, well, that's interesting. Okay, so you had your own spectrum-ish kind of life, right?
Right. So I had, my own history and have been on my own journey to figure out how my brain works differently from other people's brains. And, you know, that's been its journey. And that doesn't say why I formed connectall, but gives you a little bit of context about me and that my brain does work a little atypical. Um, so then in 2017, I started going through some very significant life experiences and totally changed the course of my life. And after with those experiences, I started looking for answers for myself, for an individual I'm attached to, and just every child and innocent. And while I'm still looking for those answers, that led me for some of the answers. Some I figured out along the way, but some I'm still looking for. That led me to initiating connectall and putting the curriculum together for it.
Well, I applaud you. You're a hero to, in essence, be doing the kind of work you're doing. You have your own history, and that I'm sure, in this case, is an advantage because you've had to evaluate scenarios in your own life enough to be able to look at something. I do a lot of autism and Asperger's story, Temple Grandin, many, many times, and a lot of well-known people in this field, which I think everybody has a little bit of those concerns in them in general, and usually the people that have them, I put under the genius category. It's just the brain is going so fast or whatever it might be it's validated by a lot of people that run autism today and all these autism groups. In any case, so now let's get to your program. Your program, June 10th, of course, I'm born on June 9th, and thank you for dedicating it. So your program, how does somebody get involved and what's going to happen?
So that day, I've been very fortunate to be connected with some amazing people. We set it where hopefully whether you're, obviously we can't make it global time friendly, but we set it where whether you're East Coast or West Coast, hopefully it wouldn't mess with the day too much. So I'm in Central Time, so it starts 10 a.m. Central Time. And we're going to have a panel presentation to start the day and have three great panelists. Shannon Crossbear, who she's done things with nationally and outside of the US with systems of care, National Federation of Families, the National Child Traumatic Stress Network, Indigenous communities, non-Indigenous communities, and just has so much of that, bringing in the voice of families, communities, professionals, and bringing everyone together. We're going to have Kenneth Rogers Jr., who he is a teacher in Baltimore. And his story is that he was sexually abused as a child. And so through his own healing journey, he's been writing books based on DC comic characters on how you heal from that trauma and the different things that can come from that. And he's also a RAINN speaker, which is one of the sexual assault groups for people who aren't familiar with them. It's RAINN. And so he's going to be on the panel. And then Marisol Acosta, she's out of Texas. At one point, she's with Any Baby Can right now. So, and is the clinical director there. And she's also currently on the National Child Traumatic Stress Network, the National Child Traumatic Stress Network Steering Committee. And when in Texas, she was over trauma-informed service at the state level at one point, and just a wealth of experience. And so they're all going to be talking about the importance of every child and why they deserve our best to kind of start the day. And the whole theme for the day, let me kind of back up. I should have probably said that first. The theme for the day is they deserve our best. And when we say that, what does that mean? And so when we talk about that children deserve our best, there's kind of this interlinked loop. On the one hand, for us to have the best world, we have to do the best we can for every child. And that's just the way that works. And then for us to do the best for every child, we have to be doing the best to take care of ourselves. So because if I'm not, I can't do my best for myself or anyone else. So really talking about interconnection, trauma, resilience, all of those pieces. Then in the afternoon, I will be doing segments on how we do that. So in the morning, they'll be talking about different cultural perspectives. Sorry, I'm a little nervous with you. Different cultural perspectives, you know, and the theme. And then the afternoon, I'll get into the pragmatics of, okay, so here's a framework on how are we going to make this loop work? Like, here's an actual pragmatic, take it away, and you can live this.
Is this going to be all virtual?
Yes, everything's virtual.
Okay.
And the link is on the connectall website. If you go to connectall.online and click on events, you can either click on the calendar for that date, or it's the very first blog you'll see. And the registration link is easy. It's just a Zoom registration link, and you just click on it.
Okay, so that's an actual website that has the online at the end of it. Is that right?
Yes.
www.connectall.online?
Yes.
Well, what do you think of that? I never knew there was an online, whatever they call those things.
Yeah, when you're looking for domains, you take the domain that's available.
Yeah, no, but online is good. I think I should go there. All right, that's a good thing. Listen, you're doing a great job. Congratulations to you. Rick Olphick is my buddy for 20 plus years. We've done concerts and events and nonviolent Gandhi things and Peace Day things, and all about what you're working towards to help people live a life of peace and a life of love within themselves and with the bodies around them. So, and how to adjust to if there's a glitch in the system, because there's many glitches. It's a question of how to deal with them and recognizing whether. That's why I thought you were wonderful at what you could do, because you have some of your own personal experiences bringing it to the table. And so it's all good. And I'm really lucky. A mutual, well, between Rick and between Angel Fullerton, who we're crazy about, you're really special. Anything, what's peace for you? What's peace for you?
Didn't mean to pause too long. I know in interviews you need to speak quick, but also
you could pause for a half an hour if you want. We're online.
Peace when there's no longer the need to worry.
Nice.
And you know, in our world, there will always be some need for worry. But if at least we can start bringing that down and addressing what we can. And, you know, that's one of the reasons I started connectall was I would like a lot more peace. And it's going to take the work, but, you know, short of an unknown, we can do so much better than we are. And so helping people, equip people on how we do that.
All right, great job. I'll just let you know a little secret. Shh, just between us, nobody can hear. I'm just kidding. They all can hear. Maybe 1,000+ interviews asking people what is peace. No one's ever said the word worry. And worry is a serious word. And I'm always amazed if someone has something a little more, not more, a little different than what somebody else had said. That's all, bottom line, because I'm a worry wart. And, and that's a beautifully wise statement. Gwendolyn Downing, www.connectall.online, June 10th. Well, go to the website now, sign up. And I hope that you reach a lot of people. Your kind of an event should be on the front page, right next to the, unfortunately, mentally ill young people and our old people who are out in the streets. To our government people to know there's organizations that are dealing with these kinds of different kinds of concerns that are out there. I don't think we emphasize enough all the good. I tell people I'm stressed out from so much good news. You mentioned 10 organizations or whatever. You mentioned a bunch of organizations that are doing good. And does anybody know about those? Not that there's a certain group, of course, that knows about those, but everybody needs to know about them, because then you don't have to worry and then you have hope. So you're doing great, and I hope the New York Times puts you on the front page. That's all I got to say. And ABC News. This is what we need. We need to know that there's resources out there. Good job. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you. And can I say one thing really quick, mentioning resources?
Oh, sure.
And this is Mental Health Awareness Month, actually, as we're doing this interview. On the connectall webpage, if you need it, there's a tab that says, if you need help. And it has crisis number lines. It has some sample coping skills and apps you can download. And it actually also has a PDF that you can download, a paper copy, where you can write your own local resources and other things that work for you, which is always good to have, like if electronics go down too.
Right on. Okay, Gwendolyn, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Take care. Good job.
Thanks.